Hey everyone, Amos here, and in today's video I'm going to speak about how you can achieve weight loss effortlessly, especially if you have been facing rainy seasons in terms of the progress, like no matter how much you try or what you do, you just can't seem to lose the weight that you want. So what I'll be covering in this video are 4 things that you have to keep in mind when it comes to pursuing any weight loss endeavors if you really want to make continuous progress and ultimately achieve the sexiest hot body that there is one. Forgive me for my foul language, but hey, I love like cracking jokes and stuff like that, so I hope you don't mind. Now without further ado, let's jump into it. So point 1, which I'm going to talk about, is this. Each time you place unnecessary amount of importance on your goals, it's really hard to achieve them. And the reason why here is when you put a lot of importance, like if you put your goals on a pedestal, let's say if you want to achieve a certain amount of weight and you badly want to achieve it, what happens is every single setback that you face ends up affecting you. So let's say you really want to lose weight really hard, you've been trying XYZ diet, you have been like slashing your diets here and there, and suddenly after 1 week you just can't seem to lose weight. What happens is, because the goal is so important to you, you start feeling a lot of like negative emotions, like why can't I lose weight? Why is it so hard? Why is it so painful? When it could otherwise be more effortless if you do not put your goals on a pedestal in the first place. So the point here is you don't want to put your weight loss goals on a pedestal. In other words, you don't want weight loss to be the center of your entire life. I always like to use this philosophy, like you want to get to a place with your goals that even if you don't achieve it, you're okay. And that's the kind of mindset you want to have when it comes to pursuing any endeavors, not only weight loss. And by not putting your goals on a pedestal, it makes it much easier for you to persist through challenges, because you no longer see those as challenges in the first place. Instead, you see it as opportunity, like to be patient, or opportunity to try something different, opportunities to not be stuck in your own ways. Achieving your goals is a journey. It's a continuous process of getting better every single day. So you want to see your weight loss goals in that frame of mind, and I promise you things will be more effortless. Now the second point which I want to emphasize here is, if you feel personally that you have been trying very hard to lose weight for a very long time, it's time to take a step back. It's time to take a break. And why it's important to take a break is because the more you try to force things, the harder it is for your goals to be actually achieved. And that's where I mentioned to you the importance concept. Like if you put your goals on the pedestal, it's harder to achieve. So it's when you apply too much force into your weight loss, because your body is also a body. It does what it has to do to survive. And the more you put your body in a calorie deficit and the more you force it to do things which are not normal, it will resist. So the best way to kickstart your weight loss again is by taking a break. And this is a concept which I like to call 1 step back to go 2 steps forward. What happens here is you want to stop dieting for a period of time. You don't want to go crazy, but you want to relax, settle down at the body weight that you're currently at, try to work up to a food intake that you're comfortable with. Yes, you might gain some of the weight back, but by slowly easing your way through the diet, by not dieting for a period of time, it allows your body to recuperate and rest. So by the time you get back to your diet, you have more energy, and at the same time you have more motivation to actually make the weight loss happen. And to make things more convincing here is I'm going to talk about my own experience. I have been a chronic dieter back in the past. I've basically was at a depressing point with my fitness. I would always think about food all the time, and it becomes an unhealthy obsession with my food intake and my body because I was afraid to lose all of the progress that I gained. And it came to the point whereby I was like, fuck it, I don't want to put myself through so much pain anymore just to maintain a lean looking body, that I decided, hey, I'm gonna become fat. I'm gonna allow myself to binge like 10,000 calories per day and really fuck all of my progress out of the window. What happens is I became fat, I became chubby. But what convinced me to get to that point is understanding the concept of body weight set point. Your body has a natural set point that it naturally stays at, whether or not you are eating a lot or you're eating very little. Your body will always go back to a certain weight. Like, you can try to experiment if you're bold enough. Like, allow yourself to not diet and see where your body naturally settles at, and then try to eat more than what you normally would and would normally make you feel uncomfortable, and see if you do that, obviously you will gain weight. But when you try to stop doing that and allow your body to eat back like normal, your body will naturally go back to a normal, to a certain weight, and that weight can lie in a range. So that's what a body weight set point is. Everyone has a body weight set point, and what allowed me to push through that point is the belief that there is a body weight set point, which actually does. And I went from being extremely chubby, and I went back down to how I am right now. I'm currently at a happy place with my diet. I basically no longer need to diet anymore. I mean, I don't feel the need to. What I do currently is I focus on my exercise, make sure I keep my protein in so I can recover properly and so I can hit my workout goals, performance goals, you can say. And this is how my body naturally looks like without dieting. So I really encourage you to find out what your body looks like without dieting. So at least you know that even if you don't lose weight, it's not the end of the world. But how about if you are already someone who is already overweight and you can't lose weight and you have been slashing your diet rigorously? What I encourage you to do here is to take a break from dieting, allow your body to rest if you still have more weight to lose, and then come back stronger than ever. Now, the third point which I want to make here is you want to focus instead of doing extreme things or doing strategic things to achieve your weight loss goals. I really suggest you to take a step back and think of this from a long-term perspective. I mean, is what you're currently doing right now something that you want to do for the rest of your life? If the answer is no, it's time to rethink your priorities. Weight loss is a journey, and it's a journey of self-improvement. And what I mean here is it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to cultivate good habits, and those good habits will eventually compound into the body that you want. So if you are someone who has been forcing yourself to exercise 6 days per week and it's not getting the results, think in terms of the long term. Would I want to work out 6 days per week for the rest of my life to achieve my weight loss goals? The answer is no, because what you did to lose weight is the very thing you need to do to maintain the weight loss you've got. So rather than working out 6 days per week, cultivate the habit of working out just 2 days per week or 3 days per week at the very minimum, and try to lose weight using that. Well, it might take some time for you to lose weight, but the entire goal is to be patient, and that's when I was talking about the importance of you have to be okay with not achieving your goals fast in order to achieve it fast. Like, there's one mentor which I'm following, and he mentioned a very good phrase: it's better to work up to something slowly and gradually over time rather than going at it extremely fast and encountering resistance. It's always more motivating to see gradual progress rather than doing stuff extremely fast and hasty and end up like getting into a resistance, which is even more emotionally draining. So that is the third point. Focus on doing the right things, cultivating the good habits, and think long term instead of thinking of everything you do as a game that you have to play in order to lose weight properly. Now, the fourth thing which I really want to emphasize here is belief. Believe that what you're doing will guarantee you the weight loss that you want. Now, there are a lot of conflicting information nowadays on what you have to do to lose weight, what you should not do, and so on. And what I want to tell you to do is to really believe in the information that you're following. There is no right or wrong answers to losing weight. However, there are truths to losing weight, like calorie deficit, for example. People say, oh, insulin influence like weight loss and stuff like that. You want to first, number one, understand what the truths are to weight loss, and number two, find something that works around those truths. And if you really believe those things that you're doing will lead to weight loss, you will definitely make progress, because it will make you more likely to want to follow through on those things. But you may be asking, what if I'm following something which I really believe, but it's not getting me the results that I want? And that's when you have to do some troubleshooting on yourself. Am I really following the instructions to a T? Is it because maybe for me personally it might take some time and I should still continue doing what I'm doing the best I can? Or is it something which might not be working the way I'm losing weight and I need to do it differently despite my beliefs? So those are the things which you want to consider. Well, believing in something doesn't mean that thing's actually true. But what I want to emphasize here is you want to follow someone who's credible. Number two, you also want to believe in what the credible person is teaching. So I really love people who walk the talk, like they teach something and they actually do it themselves and it gets them the results that they want. I really love those type of people because they are really competent, they know what they're talking about, they lead by example, which is what is one of my values in life. And hence I believe them and I know what the truths are, and because their information is credible, I act on them. And that allows me to make a lot of progress. Like, I'm now able to do like 30 kg pull-ups when previously I am doing like 5 days per week of pull-ups. But I still can't improve in my pull-ups. And now I only need to do pull-ups like once or twice per week. And now I can do muscle-ups, 30 kg pull-ups effortlessly. So you really want to think in terms of what do I really believe in? Is my information that I'm implementing on credible? And then make your decisions on that. And that means sometimes going back to the drawing board. What you might be doing might not be working. It's time to look at things differently. And sometimes, which is what I want to emphasize here, is sometimes not a strategic problem that you're facing for weight loss. It's a mindset that you have to deal with in order to lose weight further. And that's the purpose of my video to you, or this entire channel, is I'm going to talk about the mindset shifts that you have to make in order to lose weight properly. So that concludes this video. 4 things, I'm going to summarize everything. Number 1 is you don't want to put your goals on a pedestal. You want to get to the place whereby if I don't achieve my goals, it's fine. If I achieve it, that's fine too. And that allows you to not, be affected when things go bad. Because when things go bad, you don't think it's the end of the world. You still can live with the setbacks. But most importantly, you face those setbacks in a positive light, rather than thinking that it's something that is sabotaging you. Every setback is a learning opportunity, an opportunity to think better, to do better, to improve yourself. So by not putting your goals on a pedestal, it gets you to that way of thinking rather than thinking of everything is being against you. Number two, which is, what did I talk about? Importance. Okay, I'm not going to number two yet. I totally forget what I talked about number two. Number three here is you want to take a break from dieting if you have been trying so hard. I think number two is, you want to take a break from dieting if you have been trying so hard. And the reason why is your body is also an organism. And the more you force your body to do something which is not natural, the more it will resist. So by taking a break, it not only rejuvenates you, but it rejuvenates your body as well. And if you do it properly, when you go back to dieting, it will make you feel much better. Now, I'm just going to talk a bit briefly. I know I'm going off tangent here. How to take a break properly. Number one is understand that there's no right or wrong way to take a break properly. It depends on your priorities. So if you're someone who has been dieting for years and you're basically sick of dieting, then I encourage you to try to get a place where you no longer need to diet at all for eternity, unless you have other goals in the future, like you want to become a fitness model or something. So if that is you, I encourage you to stop dieting altogether, accept the fact that you might be fat short term because your body obviously want to gain all of those weight to protect itself from a future famine. And once your body is convinced that it's not going to be going through starvation anytime sooner, you will basically release all of those excess weight that you gained and you go back to the natural set point. But for those people who are overweight to begin with and then they lose weight, like a lot, but they can't lose weight even more, I suggest you to find out your new maintenance calories, or what I would like to say is you can slowly, instead of trying to think of everything strategically, try to balance it out. Like balance out eating healthily, balance it out like eating some junk food sometimes, 80-20. And if you're even more like calculative, then I can suggest you to count your calories to find out your maintenance calories. Go on a reverse diet, which I'm sure there's a lot of videos about reverse dieting. Whatever that puts you on, so you can see. That's the second one. Third one is you want to... Wait, I think that was the third one. Hey, I'm so sorry, this video is going to be so disorganized. Okay, I'm just going to talk about the fourth one first. The fourth one is follow someone you believe in, because if you believe in someone's methods and you deem that what they are teaching is valuable, then it's more likely that you'll follow through and get amazing results. Like the placebo effect. Like if they believe a medicine will cure them, and it will actually cure them. I mean, not all the time, but the odds of that happening is very high. What is the third one? Importance. Yes, you want to go one step back to go to your solid. Cultivating good habits. Think long term. Like instead of seeing everything that you're doing as a game, you want to see it as things that you want to cultivate long term. Think of your weight loss in terms of what are all the good habits or all of the right things that I have to do on a day-to-day basis to achieve the goals that I want. And by doing the right things, results come. So thank you so much for watching. So sorry once again for the poor summary, but if you want to watch the video again, I encourage you to go back to the very start of the video and watch all over again if you want to get a better understanding. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Like this video if you like this video, subscribe for more mindset tips on weight loss, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care and have a great week.